The new Google Yeah, there are. Shout out to Hente, man. I appreciate the five-party raid. We're burning the midnight oil over here at NGS. We got a matchup, Div C, the KGB versus Artemis. We'll be starting soon. We're in the lobby creating the match. Stay tuned. Good evening, everyone. We got a Division C West matchup. The KGB Knights that go Bork versus Team Artemis. All right, Team Artemis did win the coin flip. They did go for first pick. Um, Maps that were banned were Cursed, Volskaya, Alterac Pass, and Shrines. KGB did choose for Battlefield of Eternity. Um, KGB with a little bit of a rough start of the season. They're 2-6. Artemis with a 6-2 as per NGS standings, and the first ban is gonna be Phoenix. That's gonna be target ban on the side of KGB. Now, going over some previous standings and previous matches with Artemis, they did have a lot of Lost Vikings, Dahaka, and Mephisto bans, but the KGB is going to go ahead and ban out Vala. Yeah, we appreciate everybody staying tuned and watching the matches, playing the matches. We're burning the midnight oil. We're going to be hitting 12 o'clock soon. It's getting late. I don't feel like going to sleep. I still wanted to party, so we're here casting. Varian is going to be the second ban over for Artemis. And a Lucio. So we still got this Dahaka on the board. We still got this Lost Vikings on the board. It's BOE. Let's see how it's played. I don't think a two-lane map is something you want to pick the Lost Vikings for, but Artemis may have something spicy for us, something different that we haven't seen on a two-lane map. And Johanna. Johanna, safe first pick. Johanna, a heavily utilized tank. Almost always, I'm seeing it a lot, almost always a pick or a first pick in every division, um, especially paired up with Anduin. That Falling Sword Light Bomb combination that we've been seeing appears to be the new meta, but we have a Nazebo and the Anduin Snipe. Nazebo's spider build lately has been absolutely disgusting, especially in later games when them freaking spiders are stacked through the roof. He's killing the whole freaking team. Alright, so Mephisto's still on the board. We have a potential Wombo set up. But we're going to go for Li Ming and Raynor. So, interesting. So, a lot of people play BOE differently. I've learned from the higher ranks that the name to the game to BOE is poke and sustained. If you can poke them out, you can win the objective and you can win the game. And Li Ming is a highly utilized mage for BOE. She can poke out the enemy team to death with them orbs, lots of blind spots that you can hit from, and first thus giving the objective to them by bursting down the enemy team. Now they do have Raynor for burn. They have Ming for that poke. Raynor does have a lot of distance, so he'll be also a good poke. But we have a Meriden ban. They don't want Meriden jumping in the back line, finding that Ming, deflecting that poke from that Ming. So let's see what Tychus and a Garrosh picked up on the side of the KGB. Team Artemis going into their next pick phase. Let's see what we got. Artemis and Anna. So a lot of burn on the side of Artemis. We got some decent poke.
My blades are yours.
And a Sonya picked up by the KGB. So KGB is going to need to fight. We got a lot of burn on the side of Artemis. Let's see how it pans out. I'll catch you guys in the game number 1 on Battlefield of Eternity. Alright, we're live on the blue side. We have Silver Spy on that Anduin, Matlock on Garrosh, Icar on Tyrus, Smoke on Sonya, and 10 on the Zebo. And this is Team KGB. Over here on the right side, we have honestly on Johanna, Dark Horse on Raynor, Ashkin on Li Ming, B stepping all over the place, Jotak on Artist, and 7 on Ana, and that is going to be Team Artemis. So, I'm liking the draft for Team Artemis. We got Johanna, she's gonna be freaking blocking, she's gonna be blinding that Tychus. Lots of burn on the side of Artemis. Raynor's a little bit of trouble, but he's gonna be alright. So I think the name of the game for this is going to be get that Nazebo stacked, try to get the match going as long as possible, and win some of these objectives. The KGB looks like they're a full team fight for this comp. Johanna gets thrown. She's gonna pop that unstoppable. She's gonna get out. Nazebo starting this top camp solo. But Raynor, he's gonna sniff it out. Oh no! So, and first blood is gonna go over to Team Artemis. Beautiful, beautiful communication by Team Artemis. Send that Raynor to that top lane. They knew that Nazebo was missing. He wasn't on the map, so he had to be at that top camp because he wasn't at that bottom. So, beautiful communication for Team Artemis. They got first kill, and they got the camp. Try to be sneaky, Nazebo. Sneaky, sneaky Nazebo. Johanna gets thrown out. Nazebo's stacking spiders. That's a double sleep dart. If I remember correctly, 10 played a beautiful Nazebo. Defensive, offensive, zombie walls. Last match I casted, so he will be a force as the game progresses. Artemis is going to go ahead and get this bruiser camp. KGB, they're going to knock it out. Not going to be too late to objective. But Team Artemis is going to go ahead and get set up for this burn phase. Zombie wall landing on that Johanna. Johanna's in trouble, getting burned down. Beautiful sleep to prevent that kill onto that Johanna. So hats off to 7 on that Ana. And that is already halftime on the side of Team Artemis. 10's a little forward. He's in trouble, extremely low. But Tychus just doing massive amounts of damage onto that Johanna. And KGB putting up a solid defense. But I do have Nazebo burning this entire time. And that is a kill onto that Rainer. Wow, KGB, they did a lot of damage to that Immortal with that Nazebo. That was a lot of burn. I'm taking notes. I didn't know Nazebo could burn that much, that fast.
The demon approaches the gates of heaven.
But first objective is going to go in favor of Team Artemis. Johanna's dead, but he gets thrown by that Garrosh. He gets by the Unstoppable, but that Unstoppable is not going to be enough. Tychus is going to burn him down. Tower shots are going to burn him down. And that is going to be 2-1 in favor of the KGB. Little bruiser action. KGB gets that first kill, and they're going to go ahead and burn this top camp. To the victor goes the spoils. But KGB's not done here. They're going to go ahead and they're going to push with this camp. Johanna gets tossed. She's going to pop that Unstoppable, get out of there. And it looks like the KGB almost got as much value as Artemis did with that first Immortal phase. We're just going to go ahead and stop on that Bruiser camp.
There is no escaping my justice.
KGB is going to go ahead and knock theirs out before Artemis can get any burn, but they have two players top lane split with vision, so they need to be careful. Blessed Shield goes out. Nice pull by that Anduin to save that Tychus. Tychus was in problem. Gargantuan popped. Nazebo is going to go ahead and go back and get some mana. Still a 4v5 situation. Halftime is going to go over to Team Artemis. See what kind of defense that the KGB can muster up. And they're going deep. They're going for some damage. Tychus taking a lot of damage from them tower shots. Oh! And the swap almost hits that Tychus. That would have been trouble. Taunt goes off. Light bomb goes off. Garrosh goes down. Tychus goes down. Nice defensive zombie wall to try to help that Anduin, but it's not going to be enough. Anduin goes down. And Nazebo doing a lot of freaking burn over here. But the second immortal phase is going to go over to Team Artemis. Nazebo in trouble. He's trying to get out. Sonya's in trouble. Sonya's going to go down. Nice little sneaky hearth by Nazebo. He's going to make it up before they stiff him out. So Team Artemis is, they're just going to push this top fort while they got the Immortal pushing bottom. Swap landed. Taunt goes off. Artemis taking lots of damage. Anduin gets blown up by this Ming. And Nazebo goes down by this Calamity Ming. And that's going to be a triple kill on the side of Team Artemis. So we have Light Bomb, Warlord's Challenge, Commodore Odin, Wrath of the Berserker, Gargantuan, Blessed Shield, Rainer's Raider, Wave of Force, Suppression Pulse, and Nano Boost. Level 13 is coming online. They have about a level lead of experience on the side of Team Artemis. But we're looking for Nazebo to get these stacks, start pumping out major damage. Does this show me the Nazebo stacks? No, it does not, unfortunately. But once Nazebo gets stacked, he should be doing an immense amount of damage. So we got 8 kills for Artemis, 4 structures still up. We got 2 structures up on the side of the KGB with 2 kills. And they're looking for a possible camp invade. Swap barely misses that Garrosh. So close. Alright, so the KGB did get the camp on time. Let's see if they can get 2 objective. But Anduin gets flopped. Artemis pops his ult. Zombie wall goes off, kind of blocking them. Nice pull by Anduin onto that Garrosh. He was getting super low. But that beautiful swap onto that Tychus, not going to be enough follow-up. Garrosh tops him off to safety. Gargantuan popping off. And this whole time, Nazebo and Sonya are doing work on this Immortal on the top lane. Sonya's in a little bit of trouble. She's going to make it out. But they're going to go ahead and they're going to turn on Anduin. Anduin's going to drop this light bomb. Team Artemis getting pretty low. Sonya getting low. Sonya's going to get out. Garrosh is fully in there. Blind goes off. Johanna goes down. So this is that comeback that KGB needed. They're doing beautiful work with this Nazebo burn. Flip barely misses. And the third objective phase is going to go into the favor of the KGB. And it's a full shielded Immortal. So, Artemis was pretty much doing really well in the early game, but as the game progresses, Nazebo's stacking, he's doing more damage, he's burning faster. Let's see how it goes over into the late game. But it seems like we have that change of pace as the game progresses.
Blue team has destroyed a fort. Thus ends my assault on hell. And this once
Commodore Odin popped. He's going to get as much advantage as he can on these structures. But Artemis is still down. Beautiful zombie wall onto that Johanna by that Nazebo. Blessed Shield going off. Garrosh popping down unstoppable. And the KGB is going to go ahead and back out. Anduin's in trouble. Oh, that freaking kneel prayer heal. It kind of messed him up. I think there's a couple second delay where he kneels and he kind of got caught. But another beautiful defensive zombie wall by 10. What's that talent called? That Desperate Prayer. So for 2 seconds, Anduin is unable to act. He popped off that Desperate Prayer, which kind of put him out of place, which let Team Artemis capitalize on that kill onto that Anduin.
I fight for the glory of the high heavens.
And Sonya's in trouble, but she's gonna make it out. And Nazebo is just burning away like a madman. He's keeping up with his whole team.
Our battle cannot remain here.
Sonya's in the back line. She, light bomb gets popped, but it misses. Taunt going off onto Artemis and Johanna. Nice pull by that Anduin onto that Tychus, but it's not going to be enough. And that is going to be a double kill on the Tychus and a Garrosh, and the objective is going to go over in favor of Team Artemis. Just look how much freaking damage those spiders are doing.
The demon approaches the gates of heaven.
The longer this game goes on, the more stacks that Nazebo can get, the more of a problem they're going to have with him. Gargantuan's pop to slow down the pressure onto this bottom keep.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Oh, and freaking Nazebo just A-stepping sleeps, A-stepping swaps. He's doing work, but we're on court with the Immortal. And Artemis is full in there. They're popping ults. Garrosh pops out unstoppable. Immortal is going to go down, do some damage onto that core.
Will rise again in time.
10 is barely going to make it out of there. Commodore Odin popped. They're taking orbs. And that is going to be a double kill on the side of Team Artemis. Sonya goes down. That's a 4-man kill. And this should be game 1 for Team Artemis. Gargantuan is popped. Now the Zeba could do some serious damage and wipe this team, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. And that is gonna be game number 1, Team Artemis. GG's. Alright, let's go some stats here. We have 73k damage by that Li Ming, followed up by Nazebo with 57k damage. Healing was pretty much even. 143k siege damage with that Sonya, followed up by 75 from Artemis. Five kills to 15. Experience to 13k. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get set up for game number 2. Team Artemis versus the KGB. We will be right back. Okay, folks, we're back. Division C matchup. The KGB versus Team Artemis. Division C West. Um, KGB did go for first pick, and Team Artemis did choose Braxis. Artemis did win that first match over on BOE. And a Samaroban. So, if I'm correct on looking at the NGS stats, it seemed like Team Artemis did have Dahaka, the Lost Vikings, and Mephisto heavily banned against them. And they're going to go ahead for that Phoenix ban again, and that's going to be a target ban on the side of the KGB. Whew, and man, we're burning the midnight oil. Well, at least I am. Hard day at work, freaking 105 heat index. Out there, getting it. I'm holding on. Every team in NGS should be casted. I'm here to support. And we have a Lucio ban. Second ban's going over to Team Artemis. Let's see what they got going on. And a Stukov.
I stand ready.
And we're going to go ahead and we're going to first pick that Walla for the KGB. See what Artemis got cooking. See if they got something spicy for me. And Johanna and Anduin. I've seen this combination in every division, almost every game picked up. Falling Sword Light Bomb combination, Blessed Shield Light Bomb combination. It's just so good right now, especially the Falling Sword Light Bomb combination. It's always up, it's always ready to go. Defensively, offensively, it's good to go. And we have a variant pickup, so potential blow up comp going for the KGB. If we have a taunt variant, followed by maybe a zombie wall, spiders, rain of vengeance. Going into the third ban phase, Team Artemis, and we have Malfurion. Yes, a taunt into a sleep. would be pretty freaking bad. And a Rexar, solid offlaner band. Rexar, he can hold a point and clear the wave at the same time. And there is that Mephisto.
The wait is over.
Highly banned Mephisto. So we have a bunch of wombo combo potential on the side of Team Artemis. We have Fallen Sword, Light Bomb, into what's the freaking Mephisto's alt? Endurance of Hate, into that freaking endless bouncing ball from Cassia.
My blades are yours.
But we also have a global, and there's that freaking Lost Vikings pickup. That's that spice I was looking for, and that deserves a ooh wee.
Ooh wee!
So a Lost Vikings pickup on a 2-lane map. I'm curious how this is gonna play out. I'm wondering if he's gonna use that build where he keeps all the Vikings together as the offlaner. It does do a lot of freaking damage, but we're gonna go ahead and see what happens into game number 2. So we got a blow up comp, we got a wombo combo potential on the side of Team Artemis, Endurance of Hate, Falling Sword, Light Bomb, that endless ball of light. I can't think of the freaking alt name right now, but huge wombo combo potential on the side of Team Artemis. Let's see how it pans out. Game 2
Facility
on
powering up.
Praxis. So, on Team Blue Artemis, we have 7 on that Anduin. We have Ashcan on Mephisto. We have Jotak on Lost Vikings. Honestly, on Johanna. And Cassie on Dark Horse. B-stepping, tagging, all over the place. They're hype. Good luck. Have fun.
5,
On the red side, we have Brightwing on Silver Spy, 10 on Nazebo, Icar on Vala, Matlock on Varian, and Smoke on Sonya. And that is going to be the KGB. So it does look like he's going to keep all Vikings together. And that's going to be pretty hard for an offlaner to go up against. Now everybody says they're like, good players, good Lost Viking players, they freaking got their Lost Vikings all over the place, but he's going to prove you wrong.
team claims first blood.
And he's going to have 3 Lost Vikings in the same lane. But versus a Sonya who heals off her Whirlwind, that might be an even match for that Sonya. Let's see how it pans out. And Sonya is going to go ahead and go down from the Lost Vikings.
The beacons have activated. Control them. Please let this work.
So you have one Viking on point, and another Viking clearing the wave. So pretty much like a Rexar style play, but with more Vikings to control. And Sonya is having a hard time with those Vikings. And the first Zerg phase is going to go over for Team Artemis. KGB has no one down here defending this bottom fort, but nice taunt onto that Mephisto while he's taking tower shots. That's going to be a kill onto Mephisto. But this Zerg wave is still flowing. The Zebo is going to have to Hearth. He's super low. And they are getting lots of value with this first Zerg wave. Taunt going off, followed up by Polymorph. Nice pull from that Anduin onto that Johanna to protect her.
We are clear of the Zerg. Huh. Who designed this ramshackle facility? Oh wait, I did.
Potentially got a gank on these Lost Vikings. Johanna rooted, she's in trouble. Vala's gonna go down also with that root. Taunt going off onto Johanna. She's also polymorph. She's gonna pull that unstoppable, but they're gonna keep pressing anyways. They got camp pushing. They're getting more value onto this top structure. Sonya's in trouble. Sonya does go down. And looks like they swapped it up. They swapped Nazebo with Sonya. I wonder how long that's gonna go on, if that was called by the comms. But Mephisto is just doing work. He's taking out that Brightwing. They're pinging on that Varian. Varian goes down. And Artemis making quick work.
Here we go again. The beacons are powering up.
Your team has destroyed a fort.
We got 5 kills to 1, 4 structures to 2 in favor of Team Artemis.
Hot footing out there.
Now this is a strat I'm gonna need to try when I play Praxis,
Hero slain.
The beacons are now
and
online.
especially when I'm in the offlane on Praxis and doing my little Storm League thing. I'm just gonna pick the Lost Vikings. I'm gonna pick that offlane, and I'm gonna try it out because I'm trying to think of an offlaner that can beat
Hero slain.
the Lost Vikings in a 1v1, and I really think I don't think I can. But Nazebo, he's going down from the Vikings.
Hero slain.
Artemis is going to go ahead and start on this boss. Level 10's coming online for Team Artemis, so KGB is going to have, they're going to go ahead and give that and try to get this camp. But it looks like Team Artemis is going to invade. No. Yes, they are going to invade. They're in there. They're in a little late falling. So Valkyrie goes out, picking up. Endurance of Hate goes off, rooting through. But nice cleanse by that Brightwing to get them out of that Endurance of Hate and keep them alive. Level 10s, we have Light Bomb, Endurance of Hate, Play Again, Falling Sword, and Valkyrie. that is going to be a full Zerg wave for Team Artemis. Light bomb going off. Beautiful light bomb. Beautiful flying sword. Beautiful endurance of hate landing onto that back line. Variant's in trouble. He's gonna make it out. The Zebo doing what he can to try to get these Vikings down, but they don't have much objective wave clear, and Variant looks like he's gonna go. Nope, Variant makes it out from that blink, from that bright wing. He uses that cleanse. Johanna pops out unstoppable.
Did you get them all? I don't mean any offense. I just want to be sure.
And who didn't ban Braxis? Braxis normally a highly banned map. It's a pleasure to cast. You really don't see too much Braxis play. It's normally banned out, but Team Artemis looking like they've perfected their Braxis play. Level 13's online for Team Artemis. Let's try to go over level 10 talents for the KGB. We got Blink Heal, Gargantuan, Strafe, Shield Wall, and Wrath of the Berserker. And we got a gank coming up. We have the light bomb going off, falling sword going off, landing on the back line. Vala and Brightwing gonna go down. The Zebo's in trouble, and these Zebo's also gonna go down. Variant pops up Protect, but it's not gonna be enough, and that's a triple kill for them Lost Vikings on the side of Team Artemis. That's gonna be a 4-man kill, and they're going ahead and they're gonna knock down this bottom keep.
Blue team has destroyed a fort. Red team's core is under attack.
Attain control of those beacons. We don't want to face angry Zerg.
Hero slain.
Oh crap, I got this fog of war thing going on. Okay, I got it back off. So I'm assuming the Lost Vikings are going to go for that talent where you have all three lined up. You're going to do more damage. But Gargantuan popped. Falling Sword Light Bomb, followed by an Endurance of Fate. Beautiful Wombo combo by Team Artemis. That's a 2-man kill. Nice pull for that Johanna. Vala does go down. Varian in trouble, but he's going to make it, but Sonya's going to go down. And it's going to be a 4-man kill on the side of Team Artemis. And Varian, that speed boost on the side of Vikings is going to lock down that Varian. And that's going to be game number 2 on the side of Team Artemis. Depth timers are still fairly low, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Brightwing's coming back up. He's going to try. Oh, Brightwing barely makes it back in. Does get a Viking kill. GGs are getting called out, and that is going to be game number 2, domination by Team Artemis. Ooh, top damage 43k by the Lost Vikings. Followed by Nazebo, followed up by Mephisto. Did see lots of Vikings and Mephisto bans from previous matches on the Team Artemis, but it's not every day that you see that the Lost Vikings stick together and play in one lane. But when they do a lot of damage, and it's especially hard as an offlaner to try and combat that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get set up and see if we can grab a interview with the captain of Team Artemis. Let's see. Yeah, I got the mic honestly boosted as high as I got it. It is late. I'm not as hype. I'm kind of tired, so maybe my voice is a little low. I apologize. But we are getting set up for an interview from Team Artemis, and we have Dark Horse from Team Artemis.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? How does it feel for that 2-game domination versus the KGB?
It feels really good. We, like every team, did our scouting and felt like they had some potentially scary strats. And feel like they played well, and it was good to get a 2-0 against a solid team.
Nice. So, with this domination, how are you guys looking? How are you guys looking in the standings of NGS in your division?
We are right near the top. I think we are currently ranked third, but had played one less game than the people who are ranked 1 and 2. So we might be ranked first at the moment, but it's always weird early season because some teams have played extra flex matches and stuff. So we're
Right.
we're definitely in playoffs at the moment though, which is always where you want to be.
Solid. Well, you guys had a solid performance. Let's go ahead and jump into game BOE. Um, Now, you guys, it looks like you guys drafted a lot of burn. You had what, Rainer, Artanis. You had that Ming, which was nice for poke. So, what was your strategy going into BOE? From what I hear from some teams, it's all about that poke and that sustained, and other teams, it's all about that burn, and other teams, it's all about that fight. So, just coming from you, what was your strategy going into BOE versus this team?
So the big part of that is versus this team. Like I said, we always do a lot of scouting. And we felt like we were doing a good job of picking away some of their comfort picks. So like they really really like Johanna and Win. So we were basically like, oh, if we can get their favorite tank and their favorite healer, since we play them both well, we might as well. And we felt like they were really good in brawls, but sometimes stayed in brawls too long. So we felt like Li Ming was a good way to punish that, and is of course great on the map. But if they stay in brawls too long against Li Ming, then she just starts getting resets. I think that game actually we went to Ana. Sorry, they had banned a couple healers out and stuff, but Ana worked great with the Leeming as well, for obvious reasons. And Raynor, I don't know. I played most of the auto attackers. They had banned Vala, who's obviously really good on BOE, and felt like he was a standard safe all around, hold the front line DPS to round it out.
Nice. All right, so yep, you pretty much had control over the beginning part of the match. Now, mid game, you kind of started to see a turnaround from KGB. You look over, they're doing a pretty solid defense, but then they got Nazebo burning the crap out of that Immortal with that spider build. So, what type of things were going on with the comms and in the gameplay as you see that Immortal getting drained pretty low from that Nazebo?
I think there's kind of twice that happened, so I'm not entirely sure which one you're talking about. The one time we saw potential for some kills in the lane and we got them, but we overchased and gave way too much time for Sonya and Nazebo to do a lot of burn. Then almost everybody ran while I just ran at them to try and get them off while I just did a little bit of damage so it wouldn't be so bad at halftime. And then right after that was when they kind of won the big team fight before we hit 16, I think.
Yeah.
Um, I think the call to kill the hero's bottom was fine. We just needed to get the kill and instantly turn around. And then I think we just should have been willing to more slow play it. At that top point, like we knew they needed to defend, and if you see somebody burning, then you go in, and if nobody else is burning, then we're winning because we have the macro advantage on the map with a couple forts down. And obviously the pressure advantage of like once we hit 16, they're in trouble in that situation. Um, so we just should have been a little bit more patient. I think would have ended that game a little bit more smoothly. But comms were good. We did exactly what we said we wanted to do. We just should have been calling out to be more patient, which we did a better job of at the end of the game. I think we had a bunch of camps pushing, and they were obviously trying to do some defending because we got ahead on halftime, and we just were calling out. You know, we got all the time in the world. We poke when we can, and if not, then we get free keep top from camps, so they need to do something about it.
Nice. So going into Braxis holdout, y'all had a phenomenal performance. It's complete domination on Braxis. Now we had the if I've seen lots. I've looked over a couple of your games, and a lot of bands were Lost Vikings and Mephisto, and y'all were also able to pick up that Falling Sword Light Bomb combination. Um, so with that being banned out normally, y'all decided to pick it up with that Mephisto and the Lost Vikings. Now you typically don't see a solo lane Lost Vikings play, but it did phenomenal. I'm not sure how I would react as an offlaner to a Lost Vikings matchup. Is that something that normally pick on a two-lane map or something y'all practice on Braxis?
So Jotak is comfortable running the Vikings on any map pretty much. There are obviously maps where they tend to work better. As far as maps where he would be in the solo lane, he has just played a lot of Vikings and he knows what matchups work well for them, and he knows that it's really, really difficult as Sonya to do anything against Vikings. And I wouldn't have known that, but Jotak does. So he's like, "Hey guys, I can beat Sonya in lane," and I was like, "Go for it." Uh, and he's certainly he's probably the best bruiser in our division. I think he's a fantastic player. So it's a hard ask to play against him for the other guy, and especially if he's in a match that he knows is favorable.
Right. So like I'm thinking like, all right, you got the Lost Vikings, you got Sonya. Sonya, she can get in close. She can do that whirlwind. She can heal up off the Lost Vikings, kill them. But that wasn't the case. So hats off to your offlaner who was playing the Lost Vikings to separate them enough and get damage on that Sonya. Solid performance. Your combinations with that light bomb, endurance of hate were beautiful. Definitely something y'all practiced before. Um, any teams
I,
that you want to go ahead?
I ironically think that we have probably taken Falling Sword in a competitive game maybe once before. We almost always run Blessed Shield,
Okay.
but felt like it worked well
Yeah, it's
into
like
what they had.
just about every game I've casted, I've seen it. It's Falling Sword Light Bomb combination. I probably casted this season from Div A all the way down to Div E. I've seen it on almost every match. It seems to be utilized a lot. It's great offensively, defensively, but y'all executed it well, and y'all had great follow up for the Endurance of Hate from that Mephisto. Um, so with that being said, are there any teams in your division that you're looking for for either a rematch, grudge match, or that you're worried about coming up?
So our div last season was by far the most competitive div in like all of NGS. Like I think there was a total of like 4 points between first and eighth or something like that at the end of the season. And most of those teams are back with a couple new faces. So I like every week is tough, and you just got to prepare and play well. Um, it was kind of funny in the first game though, even though we didn't pick either of them. I noted after the first two bans by the other team that I think that's the first time in a really long time, like probably more than a season, that we made it through ban 1 and 2 without seeing a Mephisto or a Vikings ban. And ironically, we didn't end up picking either of them that map, but picked them both the next.
Yeah, like I seen the bands going off, and I'm thinking, all right, I'm expecting a Mephisto or Lost Vikings, because it's been target banned throughout your games this season, and I didn't get it, so I was like, oh, okay. But then the next game, 2 lane map, I get both of them, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna bring on the heat.
Yeah,
But
it's not. They are both excellent on those heroes, but I don't think those heroes are always the right choice to make a super strong team comp. It just depends what you're trying to build. So in game one, we didn't feel like it fit as well with what we were going for, and in game two, we felt like it fit really well, and it seems to have worked both times.
correct. Now I did see a Samoro ban. Is there a player on your team that is really good at Samoro?
Uh, Jotak also does sometimes like to play green orcs.
Okay.
S-
So he plays those heroes that just drive everybody crazy, is the gist I'm getting. With the Vikings, the Samoro. I'm sure he probably has a Murky up his sleeve as well.
I don't think we've ever done Murky competitively, but maybe we'll have to get him on that. He plays the standard heroes too. Like he's really good on Leoric and several others. But yeah, he has some of those more specialist bruisers up his sleeve as well. Which is fun from like drafting for Seven, and I usually do a lot of the theory crafting against what will work well against the other team, and it's fun that you have a lot of options. So
All right, well, hats off to you guys, and great matches all around. Shout out to the KGB, second time for me casting them, and first time for me casting Team Artemis. I appreciate the cast. Any shout outs you would like to give?
yeah, of course. Shout out to you for casting. We always really appreciate it. It's always really cool to be able to rewatch since I'm playing during the first one, and get another perspective or two, and just see bird's eye view of the game without having to go in and do a full replay analysis, which still probably should happen, but it's still nice to get other opinions. And shout out to the team. Everybody played really well today. It's always nice to get a 2-0. Like I said, super competitive div. We knew that they were a good team, so it's nice to get the win. And shout out to the other team, as you said. They played a great series. And shout out to our wives who let us stay up late and play video games.
Yeah, speaking on that, wasn't my best cast, man. I'm running on fumes. It's a little late for me, but I appreciate the cast. Let me cast anyways, and that's it for me. If you got anything else,
No, thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day.
all right, you too. Thank you. All right, and that is it for me. Satan saves at Twitch. I'll be casting. I'll be picking up last minute casts for teams that don't have a streamer. Feel like every NGS team needs to be streaming, needs to be casted. We have such a great community, And I'm just glad that I can support this community. You know, it takes your mind off your daily grind. So you can catch me randomly picking up matches. That's it. Good night, folks. I'm going to get some well deserved sleep, and I'll catch you next time in the Nexus.